everyone, I'm Shelley and today I have a book review. Today I will be reviewing Prisoner of Night and Fog by Anne Blankman. This book is a historical fiction YA, I think? Yeah, I think it's YA, and it was published in 2014. The book follows a girl named Gretchen in the 1930s in Munich, Germany. This book follows Gretchen, who is a close family friend of Hitler himself. You know how you're really close with a family friend and you just call them uncle? Yeah, that's basically their relationship. And one day a young reporter comes up to her and basically tells her that her dad's death wasn't an accident and it was actually a murder. So the whole story is about her trying to uncover this mystery. It's also about her journey of trying to find herself, and she's spent all of her life with everyone around her telling her what to do and telling her what's right. And at this point in time, she's kind of questioning all of that and questioning all her morals and trying to figure out what she actually stands for. When I first picked up this book, I had no idea what it was about and I didn't want to. I actually saw this in a booktube video that someone did and I was in the mood for a historical fiction. And I love World War II historical fiction. That is like one of my favorite genres, if it's a genre. Yeah, but I love reading that, and because it's the months of autumn and I just want to be inside and I was in the mood for historical fiction, so I picked it up not knowing what it was about, and I absolutely love this book. It's become one of my favorites. I love the way Anne Blankman kind of intertwines fiction and fact together. She does it really nicely in a not so boring way. You'd think that a historical fiction is going to be slow, but this was actually very fast-paced. It wasn't fast-paced in the sense where there was all this action, but it kept you turning the pages. One of the things I love about this book is you read a lot of historical fiction that is all to do with the Holocaust or the World War or events that happen afterwards and the effects of the Holocaust. But you never really read a book that's prior to this, and I thought that was really interesting how much research she did, because when I finished the book I read the author's note at the back and I was actually surprised by how much truth was in this book. I love that this book was prior to the Holocaust and the aftermath of that. And this book is basically about the behind the scenes of the Nazi Party, which you don't get to see a lot. Even in documentaries, you just see Hitler as, you know, the evil person that he was. And you never get to really see him before that and why he is the way he is. A lot of the times we don't actually see Hitler in books, we just see his name and the fear behind that. So I thought it was interesting that this book touched on a lot of Hitler's history and a lot of things that I didn't know about him. This book explores a little bit of the psychology behind Hitler and the time he was in the mental institution. So I thought that was really interesting and it really kept me wanting to know more. The characters in this book were very realistic. As I said, when I read the author's note at the back, I was actually surprised by which characters were fiction and which were real. I thought Gretchen was a very solid and great protagonist. She was curious and strong, but still very all-rounder realistic, if that makes sense. I thought her struggles of moral and what she needed to do and the stuff that she was facing inside her head were very realistic and it wasn't overly done at all. Next is the romance. Of course, every YA, every book, I guess, has a little bit of romance. And I have to say, this one is one of my favorites. One of my favorite things about this romance is it doesn't overshadow the story and it's never the focus of the plot. It stays in the background and it's very sprinkled in and it's really nice. I love when romance in books does that because it makes me want to know more. And it's never overwhelming or annoying at all. We only see glimpses of the romance, which is really nice. This book is one of the first books that actually made me feel a strong emotion. I was terrified reading this book. I had to actually put the book down a few times, and that never usually happens. I love when an author writes so well that you feel what the characters are feeling. So with that, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read it and we can discuss it down below in the comments or on my Tumblr or Twitter. I'm always online, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.